Brazil is the largest country in South America and the fifth largest country in the world with approximately 218 million inhabitants. It is divided by 26 states, a federal district which is Brasilia. Its independence was on September 11, 1882. One of the characteristics that most distinguish Brazil is the existence in its territory of the Brazilian Plateau and the Amazon jungle. It is distinguished for the Rio Carnival, the Corcovado Creeks, for its beautiful beaches and for being a country very passionate about soccer.
Sao Paulo, the biggest and most populous city in Brazil, is also the main financial within the country. Therefore, the city does not stop. Talking about Rio de Janeiro is located in country Sudest is the second most populated. The after São Paulo is now internationality the fourth cultural icon landscape to us as the Pan de Azúcar Redimir statue, one of the seven wonders of the world. The beaches of Copacabana and Ipanema, the Maracana Stadium. Salvador is the largest city in Brazil so far. Is an sport, industrial, administrative and tourist center. It hosts several universities and naval bases. Brasilia is the federal capital of Brazil, at the seat of the government of the federal district in 1960. Officially became the capital of Brazil. The idea of building the new capital in the inland region.
The most famous event of the year is the Rio de Janeiro Carnival, one of the largest shows in America and one of the largest manifestations of carioca culture, which fills the streets of the city with music and color for a week, and has its culminating point in the spectacular parade of the Samba School that takes place in the Sambadrome. It is believed that the carnival, as we know it today, had its origins in ancient Europe. In the holidays, the Greeks and Romans celebrated in honor of the arrival of spring and values the gust of wine. Over the centuries, the Catholic religion adopted the pagan holiday and made in the celebration prior to the beginning of Lent 40 days in which believers must abstain from eating meat, drinking alcohol, and any other earthly pleasure. That is why it is said that the word carnival comes from the Latin corn val of carnivore, which means goodbye to the meat, alluding to the period of abstinence that began on Ash Wednesday and which marks the end in the carnival festivities. It was the Portuguese who introduced the custom of carnival to Brazil, although the first years its celebration was characterized by its European style, with masked ball where waltz and polkas were played. However, little by little, the influence of American culture gained strength at the Rio of Janeiro Carnival. Africans and their descendants began to use costumes with feathers, stone, and herbs, and incorporated the rains of the countries of origin. Later, with the emergence of Samba, the Rio de Janeiro Carnival became the colorful festival that is now today, remaining indelibly linked to this musical style born in the African neighborhoods of the city.
Christ the Redeemer of Christ of Corcovado is a hook statue of Jesus of Nazareth, white, open arms, showing the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The statue has a height of 13.1 meters on a pedestal of 8 meters. This monument was inaugurated on the 12th of October of 1931 after approximately 5 years of construction, considered the second large statue in the world. It is recognized as one of the new seven wonders of the modern world. The Christ of Corcovado is one of the most important tourist attractions in Brazil and for believers a place of pilgrimage. The Christ, the Redeemer statue is located 710 meters above sea level and is located in the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, at the top of Cerro del Corcovado in Tijuana National Park. It can be seen from almost every place in Rio de Janeiro.
We're going to present some typical dishes in Brazil. Feijoada, the national dish of Brazil, consisting of tweed, black beans, pork, longanise, and rice. Acarajés, banh mi, pets, tough benedict beans, prawns, onions, salt, and pepper taste. Moqueca de pescado is very typical in the province of Espírito Santo and Bahia. It has delicious flavor.
Brazil is a beautiful place with great beaches. I remember that last year we went on vacation with my family, and what I liked the most about them were its white sands, crystal clear, was in contact with nature. Praia Lopes Mendes, is characterized by its beautiful white sands and ideal waves for surfing due to the good row of its wet, shallow, water and very transparent. The sea has a variety of shocking greens and blue tones. In the addition, the beach has a freshwater river and a lot of natural shade under the branches. I remember that we did a walk through the trails through the jungle. Praia dos Carneiros. Some say that its name is due to the wet, snow, and white foam that formed in the distance when they hit the coral reefs and log-like shape. The sand is very fine and white. The water is green and turquoise. The pond trees are big and beautiful. We also visit the chapel. Playa dos Golfinos, with jumps and marine acrobatics, the owners of the beach, or the dolphins. This bay is in the Brazilian Northeast in the state of Rio Grande do Norte. The environment is rackets with high walls dressed in green and a gentle soft that reaches the golden shore
show. Silent and with few people addressed invitation to enjoy nature in its purest form. Praia do Forno. This beach also has super clear waters like natural pools that are ideal for diving and snorkeling. This beach is quiet, lonely, smooth, and semi-white. In this area of bushes in the state of Rio de Janeiro, the sea warms as the warm current arrives, giving the name to the beach. Praia Rio de Janeiro, also in Rio, it shares the Praia Municipal Ecological Park with Grumari, but it has bed wait for told passionate about surfing and water sport in general.
Amazonas is Brazilian state in the north region of the country, located in the extreme northwest. Its capital is Manaus. Is the largest state in country and all South America and the ninth in the world. Brazil is home to the largest number of common species and mammals and freshwater fish. It is the second country with the largest numbers of amphibians, the third in serve of birds, and the fourth in reptiles, especially in location in the area common of the Amazon. Some animals are quite common. How the valley occur its primate that lives in the shady areas of the jungle. Lazy, golden, lion tamarin or lion tamarin monkey, spider monkey, electrical, bullet and position that frog, green anaconda. An important piece of information is that the Brazilian Amazons is home to the largest number of uncounted indigenous peoples of the planet, according to National India Foundation. It is believed and there are at least 100 groups of states indigenous people in the jungle. Their decision not made contact with or the indigenous people or with our sites is a most routine to the destroyers previous, encontrados and continuing invasion and destruction of the jungle their home.
Brazil, land of samba, of beach, of the most beautiful women in the world. And yes, the land of soccer, the world capital of the Jogo Bonito. Represented by its national soccer team, Brazil holds several records. It is the team that has won the FIFA World Cup the most time of 5 occasions, and is the only team that has participated in the 21 edition of the championship since the first time it was organized in 1930 in Uruguay. In addition, the Brazilian soccer team, in its main branch, is the only one that has been champions of any tournament in all its categories: America's Cup, Confederation Cup, FIFA U20 and U17 World Cup, and into 2006 in the Games of Rio, won the one that was missing the gold medal in the U23 category. For the best team, the best players, these are the names of some of the great Brazilian players throughout history: Edson Arantes do Nascimento, Pelé, Ronaldo Nazário da Lima, Ronaldo da Assis Moreira, Ronaldinho, Vitor Borba Ferreira Gomes, Rivaldo, Manuel Francisco dos Santos, Garrincha. Most of the FIFA World Cup champions. Brazil has hosted the FIFA World Cup twice. In 1950, where they lost the final match against Uruguay, were one of the most remembered events in the history of the football took place. El Maracanazo, the name that was given for the unexpected defeat of the Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, and before more than 200,000 people. Undoubtedly, a historical and very painful event for the Canarinha, as the Brazilian team is recognized. The second edition of the Soccer World Cup, organized by Brazil, was in 2014, in where he also suffered another historic defeat by 7-1 against the English. Why triumphs of defeats? Thanks you Brazil for giving us. In addition, to so many other things, so much soccer and so much joy the lovers of this sport.